What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Seasons Change. My name is Desiree if you are new here, and in today's video I want to go over my first paycheck budget for the month of January. For date of reference, today is January 9th, and I did get paid today. Oh, excuse me, you guys, hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. I thought I was gonna have to sneeze. Y'all, I am sick. I am sick. I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick. I took a half day of work yesterday and I took off today. I've been dealing with a headache for like 2 days straight. It's gone now, but I was dealing with it since about Tuesday. And then yesterday at around maybe like 6-7 o'clock, my legs began to feel real achy. I was just achy all over. And then I experienced shivering for an hour. Then I was sweating for like 20 minutes. Then I was shivering again for an hour. I mean, shivering to the point my teeth were chattering. And I barely was able to get sleep. That headache continued on until about, I would say almost midnight. Mind you, I had already taken a total of 2,000 milligrams of acetaminophen. It was 1,000 milligrams when I was getting ready for work on on Thursday. And then I took some more when I got home because the headache just was not going anywhere. I figured, let me eat something. It just did not go anywhere. And then right before midnight, maybe 5 minutes before midnight, I had to get up. And y'all, I was drenched in sweat. I had to change my clothes twice. I had to change my night clothes twice. And I ended up taking another 1,000 milligrams worth of acetaminophen. And when I woke up, because I had groceries being delivered today between 7 and 8, when I woke up, the headache was pretty much gone, but my legs did not want to move. They just were not. My legs were very weak. I could not stand for more than like 2 to 3 minutes at a time. So after I got my groceries off the porch, I put up what needed to be put up in the refrigerator and freezer, grabbed a cough drop, and went back to bed. And I stayed in the bed until about 9:30 or so. I got up, brushed my teeth. That took too long for me to stand, so I had to lay down because I felt like my legs were going to give out. I had to lay down for about 15 minutes. I got up to go wash all of the dishes that I had. And I knew something was wrong because I don't leave dishes in my sink. And I left dishes in my sink for 2 days. So I had dishes to wash. And I got to the last 2 bowls to wash and I could not do it. I had to sit down for another 10 minutes. And then I forced myself to get up. I did have some water, drank the whole bottle of water, got up, washed the last 2 bowls, wiped down the counters and everything, and then grabbed my phone and went back into my bedroom and laid back down. And I laid there till about 11:40. And then I got up and I was able to take a shower. Took a shower. And then I was feeling okay. Y'all, the only thing I've eaten today is some chicken soup. I've had tea with honey and a cough drop or 2. I've had 2 glasses of hot Burners. If you're from Michigan, you know when you sick, Burners is the drink to go to. I just finished a Premier Protein drink. And that's it. I'm not hungry at all. I don't want to eat anything. I got salad in there that I bought. I don't feel like eating it. I don't want to eat it. So I'm not. But anyway, let's get into this paycheck budget. And if you remember one of my last videos, I did my monthly budget, and this was my monthly budget. And what I'm going to do here is acknowledge what I have paid that I don't need to worry about the next time I get paid. And that is my car payment. So I don't know why I got an arrow right there. So the car payment has been made today. And then I did pay all of my credit cards. I did pay the $110, but I also paid the $610 plus 120. So, y'all, I know that's simple math. That's what, $730, right? I can't think. I cannot think. 610 plus 120. Yep, $730 is what I have paid. Okay. So this is done. So those are the two things that I know I can mark off fully that I have paid this month, and I don't have to worry about paying anything else unless I choose to put more money. Excuse me. Unless I choose to put more money on the city card that I am focusing on paying off. And that's where this extra $120 went to. Now, this did not come out of my budget. This came out of a separate pot of funds that I have. Remember, I told you I have a separate checking account, a secondary checking account, and I have an emergency fund as well as a personal savings. So this money came out of that secondary checking account. Okay. So now we're going to go on with my budget planner for this particular pay period for January 9th. So I'm budgeting $1,560. And I know you can't see this because it's in pencil. So I'm going to write over it in black ink. So DTE, let me see if I can zoom you all in a little bit closer. Okay. So DTE is my electric company. I normally pay like $90 a month, but I decided this particular pay period to split it up to $45. So I budgeted $45. I paid $45. And that gives me an account balance of a credit of $336.59. Consumers Energy, I pay $160 a month, which means I split this up as well. I paid $80 today. That was the budgeted amount. I actually paid $80. And with here, I have a credit of $296.81. My water bill is budgeted at $75. I actually ended up paying $77.71, and that is because they charge $2 well, for the amount that I paid, they charged me $2.71. They charged a service fee for me using my debit card. Now, it all depends on how much you pay. If I pay more than this, the service fee will be more. I normally would pay through my checking account, but they charge, depending on what you're paying, they would charge you, like if I did make this payment with my checking account, it would have been $3.21, something like that. But again, depending on how much you pay, that price can increase. But I have a credit right now with my water bill of $186.97. Vashti, my car payment, I paid that this morning. $479.02 was the budgeted amount. And that is what I actually paid. We're not even going to worry about what the balance is. Just know it's still up there, but it's coming down. The insurance for Vashti, I take out $82 per paycheck. And what I do with this, with the first $82, is I transfer it to my savings account that's connected to my main checking account, so that when I get paid the next time, which will be January 23rd, I just transfer this back over to my checking account, and that way my car insurance can be paid. It is going to be up for renewal in March, and so far, because I did have to contact them about the renter's insurance that I had paid for the apartment that I was going to move into. I had to cancel that. She did tell me that everything was looking good. So if there was going to be a slight adjustment, it may go up like $1 or $2, which is fine. I'm okay with that. That's still within the same range I've been paying for the last 2 years. But she was speaking as of today. Again, the rates can change come March. My city card, I budgeted $250. I actually paid $255.95 plus $120. But this $255.95 came out of my budgeted amount of money. Okay. Now, I'm a little irritated with the interest on this because when I made, excuse me, you guys, when I made my payment last month, what was due, I think, was $229. So how we go up to $245, excuse me, $249.95. And I didn't even use this card. I hadn't purchased anything on this card, but whatever. We're going to work on getting that down and getting that paid off. That's why I want to focus on this one instead of the Discover card. My credit union credit card, I budgeted $110 and I paid $110. What was due was $103. And the balance for that card is $3,312.10. My Discover card, I budgeted $250. I paid $250. The payment that was due was $233. So right now my balance is $9,932.17. Now, as I stated before, I purchased my renter's insurance off of this card. It was $130.45. So when I called to cancel it, they did say that they were going to send it back to me the way that I paid it. So it would come back on this card. So once that post, this will go down. That will go down to $9,801.72. Okay, so the budgeted amount of money should add up to $1,371.02. Y'all, I did not realize this calculator was so freaking big, okay? I did not. I'm glad about it, but I just didn't realize this calculator was so big. So $1,371.02 was the budgeted amount. And what I actually paid, 80, 77, 71, 479.02, 82, 255.95, 110, and 250. I actually paid $1,379.68. So when you take the amount that I budgeted, which was $1,560, sorry. When you take the amount that I budgeted, which was $1,560, and you subtract the $1,379.68, what I should have left is $180.32. That's what I should have left, $180.32. I actually wrote it in here in pencil, but I didn't, when I put that green there, I didn't think, excuse me. If you see any edits, you guys, I'm coughing and I'm trying not to leave the coughs in here. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully when everything posts, because most of this stuff will not post until Monday, this was what I'll be left with. I know this is going to be what I'm left with. I know it's going to be a little bit more than this, but out of this $1,560 budgeted amount, this is what I should have left. Now, with that being said, I remember I told you all that that I was going to start expense tracking. I just didn't say when. Common sense would say I was going to start expense tracking January 1st. And I did. Excuse me. I do apologize, y'all. I do. I need to get my marker because, or highlighter, whatever you want to call it, because as I stated in that video, I need to know if the purchases that I made were necessary or not. So here we go. Everything is in pencil. Again, I do have whiteout, but I don't have that much whiteout, but I got a lot of pencils. So that's what we're going to do. So this highlighter, for those of you who didn't catch the last video that I did, is for me to highlight any purchases that I made that were not necessary, not needed, or not required. Just some wants, okay? So I can tell you several of these things are wants. So first things first, Amazon. Amazon. McDonald's. McDonald's. Okay, my gas bill. So right now, I've made 4 purchases so far from the 1st to the 9th. I didn't write the date down here because I did all these transactions today. If you hear anything, y'all, that's my TV, and I tell y'all my TVs, all 4 of them stay on PBS Kids, because why not? I would like to get into, excuse me, watching some shows, but we'll see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 purchases, total. Now, mind you, these were purchases that came, that I purchased before I got paid. So this did not affect my budget. It did not affect my budget for this pay period, but I still wanted to see exactly what I spend and where I spend it to figure out if it was necessary or not, which it really wasn't. We can make excuses all day, but I'm going to be honest with you and tell you, even though a lot of these things, especially these 2 Amazon orders, most of this stuff were like, I had to get a replacement USB tower because my original one is frying out. It really wasn't necessary. I got the USB tower because originally because of COVID back from 2020. And I got used to having a USB tower where I can plug up multiple things at one time. But that wasn't necessary. I bought some decor pieces for my office at work. That really wasn't necessary. Really wasn't necessary. I bought some books, and in another video, I'm going to share with you the books that I bought. It wasn't necessary, but I bought them. And then, of course, these 2 McDonald's orders are stupid because I'm not going to lie. I'm a good tipper. So if I'm going to tip you to bring my food that I'm just too lazy or too tired to go get, I'm going to tip you rather well. So these are this order and this order is the exact same. So we're going to see exactly how much I spent unnecessarily. And again, this did not come out of this paycheck. These were purchases that were made prior to. $161.93 is what these 4 landed me that I could have saved, that I didn't have to get. And I can sit here and be honest with myself and say the only reason that I got it is because I wanted the well, let me back up. As far as the McDonald's, number 1, it was easy, but number 2, it was for me, it was a trauma response because New Year's Day I fell. I fell backwards, y'all. I fell backwards out of the chair that I'm sitting in. And if you remember from my previous channel, you probably don't. I fell backwards down my basement stairs and broke my leg. Had a tibial plateau fracture, or they call it a bicondylar tibial plateau fracture. And I still deal with that. I got PTSD from that. So when I fell out of my chair, and I literally thought I broke my leg again. I thought I broke my leg. I thought I busted my knee, but I didn't. But I was sore. And my trauma response was to comfort myself by going to get McDonald's. You'll be happy to know I took that app off my phone, deleted it, took all my information out and deleted the app. I did that this morning. So these 2 purchases were kind of sort of like trauma responses to a degree. The Amazon stuff, yo, I really did not need that stuff. I just wanted it because I got used to having something, and I wanted it because I wanted it, period. That's it. It was really no excuse. It was just because I wanted it. I didn't need it. I just wanted it. And at the end of the day, was it a necessary purchase? No. That was $160 that I could have put on my city credit card. So, yeah. As you can see, this is all filled up, and I have my payment for my gas bill. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I have my payment for my gas bill on the other side. Yeah. So, this is my debt payoff tracker. I told you all that I'm focused on this card right here, my city card, so that my minimum payment for the month of January was $249.95. And I have paid, well, it hasn't come out of my account yet, but it will tomorrow or Monday, $375.95 on this bill so far this month. So I paid an extra $126. As far as my Discover, the starting balance was $10,182.17. The minimum payment was $233. I paid $250, which gives me my balance of $9,932.17. And again, once that $130.45 come back, I will put that here as well, and it'll bring that balance down by that much. All right, y'all, that's it. That's it. Let me put this on here. Trauma response. And the reason that I have to do this for me is because I did not know that I was going to respond like that when I fell. I did not know. I didn't know that I could have that type of a response or reaction where I need to comfort myself with food. That's what I used to do years ago when I was when I was emotional about something, or when I couldn't say what I really wanted to say and I would just hold it on the inside. So I would respond by eating my feelings. And that is what I did. Now, I'm not going to lie. This is not the only 2 times that I had McDonald's. I had McDonald's at least 3 days, 3 or 4 days in the month of December. Okay? Same amount. Same amount. So, all right, you guys. So that's it. That is my paycheck budget for my first paycheck of January 9th, 2023. I'm sorry, January 9th, 2023. I am not trying to go back there. Of January 9th, 2026. I will see you all in another video. Bye.